Apple just announced that their plans to put a headquarters in the Raleigh Durham North Carolina area have been put on pause. So how will this news negatively impact the Raleigh economy? And what about the housing market? Will this cause a crash in the Raleigh Durham North Carolina housing market? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into what's really going on and what it means to the real estate market and the overall economy here in Raleigh Durham, North Carolina. First, let's go over the facts. In 2021, Apple announced that they were going to be building a second headquarters, this time on the east coast of the United States and specifically in the Raleigh Durham, North Carolina area in Research Triangle Park, North Carolina. They further said in this announcement that they would be investing over $1 billion in this project, hiring over 3,000 people with an average salary of $187,000. The Apple workers at this facility were going to be tasked with the project of building out Apple's artificial intelligence program and integrating that into their software. Fast forward to this week when Apple announced that they were putting a pause on construction of this headquarters. Apple also said in this announcement that they were not canceling plans to move to the Raleigh area, just that they were putting the construction on hold for up to 4 years. In their announcement, Apple cites the higher construction costs that they're experiencing right now, as well as the higher interest rates as two of the reasons that they've decided to put things on hold. And incidentally, this delay by Apple corresponds with some other major companies' announcements recently that they were also delaying their projects. For example, Amazon last year paused construction of their HQ2 in Arlington, Virginia, and recently, Alphabet, the parent company of Google, announced that they were pausing construction of their Downtown West project in San Jose, California. So although this Apple announcement was unexpected, it certainly wasn't unprecedented. Apple also announced recently that although they were delaying construction, they had already hired 600 of the promised 3,000 positions here in the Raleigh-Durham area. Let me say that again. Apple is already here in the Raleigh-Durham area. They have hired 600 people to staff their temporary facilities in both Durham and Cary, and they intend to stay here and eventually build out their campus, and they promise that they will be doing it within the next 4 years. Bottom line, I'm not really concerned by the news that Apple is delaying their construction. And why am I not concerned? Well, I mentioned earlier in this video that the workers at the Apple facility here in the North Carolina area we're going to be tasked with working on Apple's artificial intelligence program. Coincidentally, just a couple of weeks ago, Apple announced that Apple AI was going to be a cornerstone for their new software initiatives coming up this year and moving forward. So if AI is that important to Apple and Apple has people on the ground in the Raleigh-Durham area working on AI initiatives, it stands to reason that this is going to be and continue to be a crucial facility for Apple Incorporated. So just know that the stress, anxiety that everyone around here is experiencing, the gnashing of teeth, is just way overblown with what's really going to end up happening. It's just that things are getting delayed. And speaking of delay, how will this delay affect our housing market? Well, based on my experience of 18 years in the real estate industry here in the Raleigh area, I don't think there's going to be much of an impact at all. Frankly, the 3,000 jobs Apple promised us, even paying $187,000 per employee on average, that's not a huge number for our market. That's not going to drive the housing market here in the Raleigh area. With or without Apple coming, we're still experiencing a huge shortage of available properties for people to buy. And unfortunately, the builders are not able to keep up with that demand. We literally have way more people coming into the Raleigh-Durham Triangle area every single day than we have that are leaving. And you'll never have a crash or a slowdown even of a housing market until you have a surplus of inventory and a reduction in demand. Right now, and for what appears to be the foreseeable future, we have an increase in demand and a lack of inventory. And so how will this news affect the overall Raleigh-Durham Triangle economy? Let's reiterate one more time that Apple is committed to our area, that they will continue building up their workforce here, and that they already have 600 people of the promised 3,000 already on the ground working. But frankly, the impact on our local economy was never about Apple announcing that they were bringing 3,000 jobs here. It was the halo effect of Apple coming here that was the big deal. And we've talked about this repeatedly here on this channel on past videos when we've talked about Apple. Apple is one of those cornerstone companies like Disney. And as an aside, Disney announced that they're coming to build a neighborhood in Pittsboro, North Carolina, just down the road. So big companies obviously have us on their radar, but back to Apple. Apple's announcement that they were coming here was going to be a halo effect. It was a big deal that said Apple knows the Raleigh Durham market is a big, impressive place to be, and that was going to drive other companies to come here. I can personally attest from our business that we are constantly getting people who are in the tech industry from all over the planet calling us to help them buy a house here in the Raleigh area. We have to imagine the majority of that is coming because Apple announced they were coming. And so as you can imagine, Apple does a tremendous amount of investigation and research before they decide to invest in any market. And so therefore, Apple doing a deep dive into the Raleigh-Durham market and saying they wanted to come here, again, is a strong endorsement for what we have and what we're offering here. And Apple's continued confidence in the Raleigh-Durham area is a strong signal to investors, regular folks, and other businesses that this is a very strong place to be. And if Apple wants to be here, then you should probably want to be here as well. And along those same lines, back in 2021, when we announced Apple was coming here on this channel, we were inundated with over 50 investors contacting us, asking us to help them buy investment properties around where Apple's campus was going to be. That's just another indication of how strong Apple's influence is on our market and really any market. Overall, North Carolina has one of the best pro-business climates in the entire country. And to put a finer point on this, drug maker Novo Nordisk just this week announced they were making a $4 billion investment in their drug manufacturing facility in Johnson County, North Carolina, here in the Triangle area, to increase capacity of some of the drugs they manufacture there. So bottom line, all of the gnashing of teeth and anxiety and anxiousness that we've experienced here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area over this past week with this news has really been way overblown. At least that's my opinion. So what do you think? Comment below, let us know what you think about all this news. How will it impact our market? So if a move to the Raleigh, North Carolina area is in your future, contact us at the information below. We'll be happy to help you out. Check out this video. We think you're really gonna like this one as well. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye-bye.